Okay, Mr. Chairman, if you call us to order.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, very good. All right. Anita, I think we have a quorum. I did a quick head count.
Yes, we do have a quorum. Can I read the announcement?
Please.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the provisions of the Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meetings Act. My note is published in both the Asbury Park Press, New York Star Ledger, filed with the Lakewood Township Municipal Clerk. I'd like to take a roll call for appendix. Mr. Calabro, Mr. Flansbrough, Mr. Halverson.
Here.
Hello. Mr. Katz. Mr. Schuster.
Here.
Here you are. Mr. Stafford Smith.
Here I is.
Thank you. Mr. Kirschner.
There I am.
We have a quorum.
Hey.
Bob, you got your flag?
Are there minutes?
No flag?
The flags.
Oh, the flags too, yes. That's what I found.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Mike, you want to read us? I
Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
thank you.
Okay.
All right. Anita, you want to go ahead with the minutes?
Minutes were distributed this morning through email. Did you all have a chance to review them?
Yes.
Can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Seconded. All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? All right.
Abstaining. I missed the first half of the meeting.
Oh,
I'm abstaining.
Okay. So Tommy will be abstaining. Okay, statement of accounts, Anita?
Statement of accounts reflects, oh, this is a lot of paper. Reflects payments that we've received, as you see from the statement of accounts, that we have a lot of activity of credit card processing that is mostly comprised of fuel sales at Lakewood Airport, at the rentals of the ramps, the T hangars. We have some ACH payments that have been authorized, and we are reaching out to our clients and recommending that they do ACH so that they don't have to go through the effort of the checks if it's for convenience. Nothing is unusual. We are still tweaking it because we've gotten access to certain dashboards that would give us reports. So I will analyze those reports and put them in the best way that they're understood. And I'm willing to answer any questions on the statement of accounts.
Okay, so can we get this one also is just a motion and a second?
Yep, we move to accept the statement of accounts.
Second.
Second by Hal Halverson. All in favor?
Aye. Aye. It was Eddie. It was Eddie.
Oh, sorry. Was Eddie? Sorry, Eddie. Okay. Bill list.
The bill list totals $29,063.39. Of that, there's nothing that really is really unusual. There's a bill on the operations account, Rich Hiardi Brothers, and that's a replacement check we paid for some repair materials from this vendor, and they lost the check was lost, so we replaced it. Gary Kubiak and Sons was an emergency repair of Lakewood Airport, the reels.
Yeah, so that's the runway end identification light system. It's a
okay.
it's a system that kind of pulses at the pilots, and it was pulsing like an epileptic seizure. So it was so when the state came by to do their annual review. Amongst their comments, most of the comments were like nothing, like check fire extinguisher here and there, which we did. But this was the big ticket item, and it's a very specialized piece of equipment, and it's been in there for a good number of years, and we didn't really have much choice. So
Okay, move to accept the bills.
Second.
that was Greg, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a roll call. Mr. Calabro,
Yes.
Mr. Halverson,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Stafford Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Kirschner.
Hey, Bob, you're on mute. Sorry, we're getting some feedback, so please click your.
Mr. Kirschner,
Yeah, please, Kirshner. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, now we hear you.
Mr.
Okay,
Katz. Are you Mr. Katz?
Yes. All right, Anita, the bill list, abstaining from, the one that has to do with fantasy?
3984.
I don't have the number.
3984.
All right, 3984.
Okay,
3984, correct.
thank you,
Abstaining
Bob.
for that.
Okay, the budget to actual again is just informational. Not much has changed in the last few weeks since we met. Hopefully in January, it's our hope that the park and ride starts then, so we'll start to see a number of those things move, and hopefully we can get other things that we can do in terms of roads and what have you. Hey, Bob, I'm good. Okay, there you go. Thanks. So, in terms of a report, I'll just real quick. Most of what I have is in closed session, but for open session, I will say that two of our commissioners have expiring terms this year, and those are Greg Stafford Smith and Tommy Calabro. And in consultation with the chairman, we have submitted a recommendation to the township committee that they be reappointed. So hopefully that's going to happen in the New Year's Day appointments. So we'll look forward to it's a good crew and it's working very well. So hopefully we'll keep the team together. So Mike, you have your marching orders, right?
I'm already ahead of you. I've already been marching.
There you go. Perfect. Fantastic. Okay. The other thing I'll tell you is just a data point. From time to time, it's good to kind of roll through the industrial park and see some of the companies we have, because we kind of take it for granted that, we have all these companies, some of which we know, some of which we don't. But this week, I actually had the opportunity to work with one of our old line companies, Worthington Biochemical on Vassar. And so this is an interesting company. They actually extract enzymes from bovine material. So they get USDA grade cow and other parts, if you will. So a slaughterhouse in Pennsylvania, I think, is their primary source. And they extract the enzymes, and they turns out they have well over 100 products that they make that way, and all of it is used in the pharmaceutical industry. And now it's turned out that two of their products are key ingredients in much of the COVID testing kits. So they've had an extreme ramp up in demand for a couple of their products, and they're actually looking at expansion plans now in order to be able to accommodate that. So,
Cool.
there's been a lot of growth. Obviously we'd prefer to have no pandemic, but a number of our companies have found ways to actually find growth out of that. And so I guess there's some small good to come out of it. So hopefully we'll see that expansion happening soon and continue to have highlights for companies in the Lakewood Industrial Park, many of which are really dominant in their industry. It turns out that for some of what they do, they're the sole supplier worldwide. So they supply all the pharmaceutical companies with some of their products. And we know it's a similar thing with companies like GLI, who have something like 95% of the market for testing of their products and so on. So there's a lot of good there. Otherwise, everything is moving apace. We have continuing to work on our plans for development of the airport frontage, and hopefully we'll have in the next month or two some significant updates on that as well.
Yeah. Just a little side note on GLI, very philanthropic also. Made a $1 million donation to the hospital.
Wow.
Yep.
Excellent. So, any questions? Otherwise, the rest of what I have is related to
We have an attorney's report, Sean?
No report, Chairman.
Okay. Correspondence, we did have a few items, but they're all enclosed, so you'll see that.
Any old business?
Not old business, but we did just receive a couple of applications for 5-year tax abatements for some of the new buildings going up in the industrial park. So we'll be able to report on that next meeting. That just came in this morning. So there'll be able to be more on that next month. Marketing and public relations. Not sure if our PR person has a report, but if she does, we'd love to hear from her.
I do have a report. The article that went out on the Dickens show at the Strand is a live stream. It's a fundraiser. It's only $20. It's through Vimeo. We had excellent press from the tourism, Ocean County Tourism. They put us on their calendar, and the Star Ledger, nothing from the Asbury Park Press. So I wrote to the Chris Jordan, didn't hear back from him, and now I've gotten in touch with his boss. We'll see if we get an answer, like, how come everybody else is publicizing this and not our paper, the press? So I'll report back on that. The Strand Theater, the kids gave, and this is a lot of money for them. They gave $850 for a dress down day. That's a lot of money for those kids. And we got great press on that. We're still getting press on the Orthodox Jewish Chamber Expo that was at the Blue Claw Stadium. And I had a question from the Director of Tourism, Dana Lancelotti. She wanted to know when the museum was opening, and we told her that would depend on, when the township deemed it was safe for people to go there. And just to let you know that Steve Ryman and I give reports on Lakewood and the LIC at each Economic Development Committee meeting. So that's my report. Any questions?
Thank you, Fran. Yeah, and we're hoping to see, some of these things. Obviously, when it's safe is when some of these things will reopen. We have seen, even though, as I mentioned in the past, Broadway is closed till well into next year. We have seen a number of the small community theaters start to do things on a small scale, and there is some discussion about planning a way for the Strand to have some activity, because full mothballs is not good for anyone. So
Try to support them. It's only $20, and it would help a great deal if people send. You could give more if
the Asbury Park Press would put out a PR about it, we might have a chance.
I know. We'll do everything we can.
Let's not go there.
I send it to more than 300 places, in addition to the media. So a lot of people are, but if this committee would like to participate and give donations, it would certainly go to good use.
Well, we're doing some of that, obviously. As you know, we as owners of the building shoulder a fair amount of the costs now. So, but we'll talk about it as we go. There were no submitted, Anita, I didn't see anything submitted through email, and I think we checked the regular mail yesterday, which was the deadline for submission of regular mail questions. So there is nothing in terms of comments from the public as yet. And I don't see any members of the public here right now. We will, for executive session, again, a reminder to everybody, we will go into what is known as a breakout session. And so you should expect an invitation on your screen. And please accept it so that you're in the breakout session with us. If there's nothing else, then I would ask for a motion to go into closed session.
Move we go to closed session.
Second.
I have Greg and Tom. Anita, do you want to read the?
Yes, I'd like to
Thank
read the resolution into the minutes, whereas
Please.
Section 7B of the Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting under circumstances, and whereas this industrial commission of the Township of Lakewood is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be it resolved by the Industrial Commission of the Township of Lakewood in the County of Ocean as follows. The public should be excluded from discussion of private and confidential matters involving any of the 9 exclusions as set forth in Section 7B of said law and as hereinafter specified. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows: contract negotiations and litigation. It's anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter will be made public only when the reasons for discussing and acting on them in closed session no longer exists. Said determination to be made by further resolution adopted by the Industrial Commission. This resolution shall take effect immediately, and the time is 11:46 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Hang on one second. And
Go into
We're
open
streaming.
session. You're streaming?
yeah, we're streaming. We're back. Okay, so, Mr. Chairman, it's comments from the chairman. Just hit your space bar, Bob. There you go. Your comments.
I visit the airport almost every day. It's on my route to go from home to the post office, the airport, and home again. I avoid crowds and so on. And the activity there is phenomenal. Really an active place. And, hopefully we'll keep that going and even get more activity. So anyway, everybody stay safe. Don't forget to wear your mask and avoid crowds.
Happy holidays, Debbie.
Thank you.
Anybody else? If not, we'll look for a motion for adjournment.
So move it.
Okay.
Second.
Second by Betty. Okay. Very good. Thank you all.
Is everybody?
Happy holidays.
Okay.